like always, definitely a privilege and an honor to do as such. Appreciate y'all jumping in. We're gonna get into some Gems Award today, like we've been doing the last couple of days. What I wanted to start off with was something a little bit different. So bear with me as I tell y'all the story. So hang out with me, bear with me. For my people on Twitch, appreciate y'all rocking. If y'all get a chance to see this later, I'll put this up on the YouTube page for people who won't be able to see. I'll put this up for you on the YouTube page a little bit later on today. True Indeed 93, of course. So a couple days ago, I was at work. So what I do, I work in for my job currently. I actually work. I do music and stuff, as y'all well know, but I also work. I work in the produce section amongst others for a store. And at the store, I was actually setting up to set up the bananas to put on the banana table. So you know, you have like your little bananas and stuff that set on the table for your produce section. I work in the produce and stuff. And so I had this guy come up to me while I'm putting the bananas on the table, and he tells me, when waving a banana in his hand, and he says, "Monkey see, monkey do." Now, it kind of threw me like completely off my game because I was like, and he looked, and I thought he was like just playing around, joking, but he looked dead at me with the most serious of face and said, "Monkey see, monkey do." So I'm like livid. You know, most people would have probably lost their jobs at that point. Me, because of the person who I am, I'm not going to sit up there and flash out or say anything crazy to a person, even though they basically wronged me. I could have very well went in and said something crazy in regards to them, but I didn't. You know, I had to hold my composure, be cool, because the one thing you don't want to be, you don't want to sit up there, even though when somebody does something wrong to you, you don't want to accelerate that with the two wrongs, me flashing out, hitting the dude, or anything like that. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not going to try to make it a complete race thing, but it kind of is, so bear with me when I say this. It was an older white guy who had said this to me, and he was sitting up there giggle, giggle, joke, joke, laughing, laughing, all this stuff while he's walking away. And then I have to sit there as an employee and actually just take this from this guy. Because if I sit there and flash out, and then I'm the bad guy, and then I lose my job. If I sit there and say something crazy to him because he's a customer, I sit there and I lose my job. I can't hit him, you know, because I'm on duty. I got my badge on, got everything on. I can't go out there and do any of those things. But you know, he definitely went in and basically popped me with a complete racial slur. Basically, in short, not to be funny, he basically was trying to call me a monkey without calling me a monkey. Which, for me, I was like I was real upset about that, you know, but I had to keep my composure, not just for myself. I had to keep it for my team to make sure that, you know, you have to be very upstanding even in situations like this. But what it kind of taught me was, you're still in that day and age where, you know, it's a little bit more blatant. The racism kind of exists, and it's just a little bit more blatant. I don't want to try to make it all political because I don't like bringing like down situations, but I always want to make sure that, you know, you're aware of what's going on in your boy's life. Because you know, one thing I am to you, if y'all haven't rocked with me before, is that I am very transparent with everything that I do. I will tell y'all what's good, tell y'all what's bad, tell y'all what's happening in my lives, my kids' lives, family lives, all that stuff. If it's pertinent, I would definitely relay that to you. And this is one of those things that is definitely pertinent, because you're going to deal with that. And I know it goes in both ways. I know it's not just a, well, you know, I'm black and it happened to me. It's like, it happens in all aspects. I've seen this happen both ways, believe it or not. It just happened to me, and it's not the first time that this has happened to me on a job front. This is actually probably the second or third time this has happened to me. Second time within a year, if that makes sense. Happened to me, like I said, a couple of days ago, and then it happened to me about 6-7 months ago at my previous job, where this similar situation had happened, where I was in my management role. I was actually dealing with a customer who was basically throwing racial slurs towards my whole team, and then turn around and did it to me directly as well when I was coming into defense of my team. So yes, It does exist, a little bit more blatant than others at times. This one just kind of like threw me off because, it was nothing that was really provoked or warranted or anything of that magnitude, but it's something that definitely happened. So, and for me, if y'all get a chance to even see me, y'all, if y'all to California, y'all know who I am, y'all know how I get down, you know, I interact with all races of all people. This is part of the reason why I go ahead and Twitch stream and do what I do and hit my YouTube page and stuff, because I like the proper interaction with people. That's how I like to get down. But for me, it's really tough going through a situation like that because, you get that, somebody, the one person who tried to pop up at the mouth trying to be funny, and I know that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to be funny. I don't know if he purposely or not purposely known. Like, it's hard to kind of judge intent because I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, he purposely intended to or not. I'm not sure if he did or didn't, but I mean, I would imagine that he would have known when you use the term like monkey towards a person who is black, that's not going to go over well. Now, um, one of the things that a lot of people have said to me, even in the job, there was like, yeah, you shouldn't have accepted that. We should have done this, this, and this. You should have swung on them. I was like, no, I'm not going to lose my job over something like that. That's first and foremost. Secondly, I'm not going to go in and, be the poster child for somebody's training video either. I know I use that as an example, but that's kind of the same thing that happened when I was at my previous job. It's the same thing I would say now. I'm not going to be the person who's going to be the training video of what not to do. I will be the training video of what to do in that situation. There's always ways to handle that. Yes, we could have probably kicked that guy out. No, I wasn't going to let that happen to anybody else. Yes, I did. I had members of the team go ahead and report it to people who are in higher leadership position than me. They didn't necessarily respond, which is a different conversation altogether. Where my higher end leadership team didn't go in and support me and come in and help me out in that regard. I mean, they barely even reached out to say if I was even okay. Matter of fact, I'll be honest with you, none of the leadership team actually asked to make sure I was okay. Of the top end leadership team, they didn't ask. But that's here nor there. I'm not going to necessarily hold that against them or anything. But that's a different conversation for a different point. But one thing I will say in that regard is no matter what, we're in a day and age where everything has been like really tense, really crazy. I know people think that, it won't come to them in their face full circle, whether they're at work or at home or, shopping or whatever it may be. These things do really happen. It does really exist. You're in that climate. Not saying that, it's a black thing versus anything else. I'm not going in that regard because I could tell you right now, if I said anything to that, that would be a disrespect to everybody who is connected to the circle and every single one of my friends, because all my friends are very diverse of multiple different races, and I love each and every one of them equally and consistently. So for me, it was just like one of those things that just kind of threw me off, that you would never expect that to happen, especially on the work front where you're actually providing a service for a customer who actually needs these goods and, needs these goods and stuff that they need in their hand. They need this food, and you're still getting this type of situation because somebody's just trying to be funny. So for me, am I good? Yeah, I'm, like I told my team, I'm always good. No matter what the situation is, I'm always going to be good in regards to it. It's just, for people who go through those situations, it's just the hardest thing to do is to do the right thing and just be strong and to make the right decision irregardless. You don't want to be the one to like flash out. You don't have to be the one to kind of sock somebody up or anything. You don't want to smack nobody down. The guy was an older guy, so that definitely wouldn't have looked well if that would have popped off. Even if I said something crazy and made a scene, that still doesn't look well. Sometimes you got to know when to just fall back, and let things go, let things ride. You could vent and do all that stuff thereafter, which I actually had to do. But You definitely want to make sure that you just don't flash out at that time. Don't accelerate the situation. Sometimes you got to be the bigger person and let certain things die down, and that's exactly what I did. So I definitely want to just get that out there because that was part of the things that, in regards to me not streaming yesterday. Yes, I had some family stuff that I had to take care of yesterday. Of course, I was also dealing with the after effects of that happened to me 2 days ago. So I didn't want to necessarily bring that with that type of anger or that type of energy, because I want to bring that negative energy into the stream or into the YouTube video. But I definitely want to convey it to you because it is important. You're in that day and age where a lot of this stuff is definitely happening. It is important. Don't act like it's not. But I always say that, take care of your people. Make sure you reach out to people. Make sure you do the best that you can, even in situations to, like, make sure that we're all on a unified front. The best thing that we could be right now is unified as as friends, as family, as, co-workers, whatever it may be as connected and unified as possible, and show that we can rise above and we can be better than the anger and the energy that's been thrown out there. Don't let all this don't let all the political stuff kind of sway you. Don't let all this stuff kind of get you off your game. Connect with your friends, connect with as many people as you can, reach out, make sure that in the best way I can tell you possible, be a blessing to as many people as y'all can. All right.